Red Sox Dodgers 2018 World Series. Who has the advantage? My name is Mike Petralia. This is Nick Quaglia, and this Red Sox World Series preview report is brought to you by 1in100. Go to 1in100.co now and register for your chance to win in a raffle tickets to the World Series here at Fenway, as well as tickets to some of the best sporting events and concert shows in town. All right, we were here, Nick, in April, and it was freezing cold for the home opener. It's amazing how baseball is a cyclical type of sport. We're here in October. Of course, that is the goal of every Red Sox team, to play when it's cold at the start and cold at the end. And the Red Sox and Dodgers will be playing in the World Series. Who do you like in this World Series and why?
First of all, you're welcome for those hats, because I'm the reason why those hats are there, because I was so cold in April.
And they are keeping me nice and toasty.
I like the Red Sox because the Red Sox they're a 108-win team. I mean, it's tough to not pick the Red Sox in this World Series, especially with the American League, National League dynamic. A lot of times the American League has a lot more firepower offensively, and the Red Sox certainly do. They are such a powerhouse right now. But I don't agree with this storyline that's been going on social media, on TV, that the Dodgers are just going to be a rollover team, that the ALCS was the World Series. I've heard that multiple times. The Dodgers are a very, very good baseball team. They've got a strong rotation, especially down to these four in the World Series in the postseason. They've got a great bullpen, and they're offensively, sure, they don't hit great for average. They hit fine for average, but they're the National League leaders in home runs. This is not going to be a walkover. I do give the advantage to the Red Sox. I think they're the better team, but the Dodgers, they're not gonna roll over and die.
Here's the intangible that sticks out to me about the Dodgers. They were facing a red-hot Milwaukee Brewers team that led 1-0 in the National League Championship Series. Justin Turner with the key turnaround 2-run homer in the 8th inning of game number 2, gave them that 4-3 victory, got them back even. They were down 2-1 after losing game number 3, the first game at Dodger Stadium. They came back, won that epic 13-inning game out at Dodger Stadium in game 4, and then they lost game 6 at Miller Park, and then came back and really throttled the Brewers 5-1 in game 7. They are a battle-tested team.
They're a very battle-tested team, and it's something that we mentioned with the Astros, too, that I'm going to relate to the Dodgers. They are cocky. They are a very cocky team. And how do you win in the postseason? You have to believe that you're going to win in the postseason. Yep. That's how David Price won Game 5. He believed that he was going to win that game. Also, I think the strongest piece of their team is the starting rotation. Their starting rotation, all 4 of them can go out and they can shut you down. Clayton Kershaw, Rich Hill, and that rookie sensation, Walker Buehler. All 4 of them can go out there and absolutely shut you down. And it's going to be a tough ride for the Red Sox. It's certainly not going to be easy.
The biggest advantage, I think, is an obvious one for the Red Sox, and it's been the case in the last 3 World Series they were in, 04, 07, and 13. They have home field advantage. They have games 1 and 2 and 6 and 7. Of course, in 04 and 07, it didn't matter because they were 4-game sweeps. But in 13, I think it did. And game number 6 back here at Fenway, you walked into that ballpark behind us, and you knew the Red Sox were winning the game. And I think that's a big advantage the Red Sox have.
Yeah, and I've talked about the confidence now with the Astros and Dodgers. The Red Sox have to have it too. I mean, they're a 108-win team, and throughout the year you've seen interviews with these guys. They've talked about it. They've all got this one goal. They all didn't want to settle for an ALDS and ALCS. They all know that this is a team that can win the World Series. David Ortiz, one of the biggest Red Sox supporters, even if he's on Fox Sports, he said, he posted a picture the other day on social media, took a picture of the entire group and said, "This is when I knew this team was special." This team is entering Fenway Park knowing that they're a 108-win team. They're expected to win this series, but they're humbled enough to know that it's not going to be an easy ride, that they can do it, and I think they will do it.
All right, what about the reason I'm wearing a ski cap? The weather, the conditions. You're talking about a team from Southern California coming on the road for games 1 and 2. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be cold. They're night games. Obviously, all 7 scheduled potential games are at night. What about the weather factor?
It's going to be a major factor. I mean, you mentioned Los Angeles. Los Angeles is still beautiful. I think it was in the 80s the other day. So they're not going to be used to this. They're going to come out here, and this isn't one of those weird, warm Octobers that we've had recently, like over the past couple of years. Right. This is like an old October when it's cold. Like it stinks to be outside right now. I think they're going to show up and they're going to be a little shocked by it. They're going to take the field and be like, "Oh, this is not as easy." They're going to have to understand that they're going to have to warm up a little longer, and it's going to be I think it's going to be a major factor during the game.
What's interesting is everybody remembers Game 2, I believe it was, of the World Series last year. It was 100 degrees at first pitch out in Southern California. That will not be the case here in the 2018 World Series. Red Sox, Dodgers, all set for the Fall Classic here at Fenway Park, opening on Tuesday night. Game number 2 will be on Wednesday night at Fenway before the series shifts to the West Coast. This Red Sox World Series preview report has been brought to you by 1-in-100. Go to 1in100.co now and register for your chance to win in a raffle tickets to the 2018 World Series here at Fenway, as well as tickets to some of the best concerts and sporting events in town. For Nick Quaglia, I'm Mike Petralia, CLNS Media.